Drugs can affect the brain in many ways, depending on the type of drug and how it is used. Generally speaking, drugs can alter the activity of certain neurotransmitters, or chemical messengers, in the brain, which can affect mood, behavior, and cognitive function. For example, some drugs, such as opioids and benzodiazepines, can enhance the activity of the neurotransmitter GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, which has a calming effect on the brain. By enhancing GABA activity, these drugs can produce feelings of relaxation, sedation, and euphoria. Other drugs, such as stimulants like cocaine and methamphetamine, can increase the activity of other neurotransmitters, such as dopamine and norepinephrine, which are involved in regulating reward, motivation, and arousal. By increasing the release or blocking the reuptake of these neurotransmitters, these drugs can produce feelings of energy, alertness, and confidence. Repeated drug use can also alter the structure and function of the brain over time, leading to long-lasting changes in behavior and cognition. For example, chronic drug use can cause changes in the brain's reward circuitry, which can make it more difficult to experience pleasure or motivation from natural rewards like food or social interaction. In some cases, drugs can also damage or destroy brain cells, particularly if they are used in high doses or for long periods of time. This can lead to cognitive deficits, memory problems, and other neurological symptoms. The effects of drugs on the brain can vary depending on factors such as the type of drug, the dose, the mode of administration, and the individual's biology and history of drug use. It's important to use drugs only as directed by a healthcare provider and to seek help if you are struggling with addiction or substance abuse. Marijuana can have both positive and negative effects on the brain, depending on a number of factors, such as the age of the individual, the frequency and duration of use, and the potency and method of administration of the drug. In general, the main psychoactive ingredient in marijuana, delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, can affect the activity of certain neurotransmitters in the brain, particularly those involved in regulating mood, appetite, and pain perception. By binding to specific receptors in the brain, THC can produce a range of effects, including altered perception, relaxation, euphoria, and altered appetite. However, long-term or heavy use of marijuana can also have negative effects on the brain, particularly in adolescents and young adults, whose brains are still developing. Studies have suggested that heavy use of marijuana in adolescence can impair certain aspects of cognitive function, such as memory, attention, and decision-making. Additionally, some studies have suggested that marijuana use in adolescence may increase the risk of developing psychiatric disorders, such as schizophrenia. Other potential negative effects of marijuana on the brain can include changes in brain structure and connectivity, as well as alterations in the brain's reward system and stress response. However, more research is needed to fully understand the long-term effects of marijuana on the brain. It's important to note that the effects of marijuana on the brain can vary depending on a range of factors, and that not everyone who uses marijuana will experience negative effects. However, it's also important to use marijuana responsibly and in moderation, particularly if you are a young person whose brain is still developing. If you are concerned about the effects of marijuana,